Whew, that was powerful. And with that amazing ministration come performance, we welcome to our Lagos studio, Gaise Baba.
Again.
Gaise again.
Gaise Baba.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Wow, this is one of my best shows this year, so let's milk it, right? First off, we had you earlier in the year. We're having you again. And since then, Gaise Baba has done amazing stuff. Your video, No Turning Back 2, won the award for the most viewed Nigerian video on YouTube.
Right.
And we're celebrating Christmas, where a very little baby that a lot of people would have overlooked ended up saving the world. And it's almost like your story. People look at you and say, this guy is small, but bro, you're pulling heavyweights. So do you see your story and say, yeah, I'm replicating what Jesus asked us to do?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you again for having me on the morning brief. You know, it's brief things that do powerful.
Nice one.
Earth, you know. And I think it's the way of the kingdom. You know, Jesus said that the kingdom of God is like mustard seed that is the smallest in the field. But when it is planted, it grows, becomes a mighty tree. And the birds of the air find shade in it. So it's the way of the kingdom to be unassuming. It's the way of the kingdom to not be seen coming. It's the way, it's just, that's just the way it is. That's just the way it is. So look down on a carrier of the life of God at your own risk. Look down on a carrier of the essence of God at your own risk. So every child of God you see, every carrier of greatness that you see, or every child of God you see is a carrier of greatness, even if that greatness is yet to manifest. You look down on that person at your own risk. I think that's the best way to put it. So it's the way of the kingdom. It's the smallest in the field at the beginning. You don't see it coming. All of a sudden, the stone that was rejected becomes the cornerstone. That's just the way of the kingdom.
You've literally, with your song, like you've been talking about, invaded the culture, causing a shift. So to get to the numbers you got to, when there are other big mainstreamers, I mean, when I talk about the music, where sometimes faith-based sounds don't get even counted, they don't get counted at all. Now to be right there is quite a phenomenal achievement. So, but with that also came with a lot of, you know, argument as to, I remember when that song came out. In fact, there was, I saw somewhere, somebody, I think it was a preacher that was talking about the interview we had with him here, and all of the, turning this song is supposed to be a solemn. How did you deal with the criticism that comes with the greatness that that song brought to you?
To be honest, I didn't deal with it. I just focused on the work, man. I just focused on the work. No Turning Back blew up, thanks to God, became a global anthem. And I'm very grateful that we saw it for what it was and what it is, which is an anthem for evangelism. It's an evangelism anthem. So what we then brought out of it was a tour. So we started touring universities, started touring university campuses, and we went around Nigeria, literally. You know, we went to the west, went to the east, went to Enugu, went to Calabar, went to Bauchi, Kaduna, Jos, Abuja, universities all over Nigeria. You know, Nigeria big past Lagos.
Oh, yeah.
Excuse me. Many times we just stay in our cocoon in Lagos, and Lagos has what? Maybe 20 million people. That's just a tithe of the nation. And sometimes when you obey the leading that God gives you, you think that you're just obeying Him, if you get what I mean, and you're doing something for Him. But most times, even what He's instructing you ends up helping you. So for instance, in our touring, the song stayed alive, if you get what I mean. So throughout this year, like from May when the song came out, till as I speak, it's still on top 5 on YouTube till now.
That's unusual.
That's unheard of. That's 7 months. Songs, no matter how big it is, this generation, and I'm talking big songs, have 2 months to 3 months shelf life. You know, it is that this hasn't just been relevant, it's been at the top consistently for 7 months. And part of that is because I feel like the tour that we did, because we are going to universities, organizing these big concerts across the campuses all around. Ilorin, went to Ilorin, Ogbomoso, Ibadan, Ife. We just kept going around and reaching young people, evangelizing with vibe.
I like that part.
Just before we leave your feet in 2025, Jeffrey referred to something significant about it, and that's the fact that the song surpassed views of popular artists like Davido, Wizkid, and Shali Poppy, and he just talked about, you know, it's still remaining on top 5. How prophetic is it that faith-based music is now the mainstream music, shaping, you know, the culture that what's his name talked about in the song is going to shift? How prophetic is it?
Yeah, I mean, you have already said it. It's prophetic, and I think it's in line with the Davidic story. You know, those names that you called are really, they're giants. In the music industry, those are giants. So for the Davids to come out of nowhere and without the sophistication of an armor and a sword and $3 to $4 million to push a song, with just your sling and stone to surpass it all, that's as biblical and as realistic and practical as it gets. That's as practical making the Bible as it gets. You know, so if you read the story of David and Goliath, sling and stone against sword and armor, that has played out in the music industry this year.
You said something without saying it earlier on, that, you know, God literally gave you a campaign to keep your song on top 5 through the campus tour. So yes, you were obeying, but it was also helping your music, keeping it. I must say, I still streamed the songs on this, so I think we're responsible for that. And that's amazing, the way you paint it. But you know, they always say there's a thin line between, you know, really living that life and being loud about it, and pride. You know, you watch boxing. I imagine you do watch boxing.
Yeah, I follow. Now it's entertaining. They're not really fighting.
I know where you're going, right?
I
know before the fight, in fact, most time the one that loses eventually is the loudest. I say, you know, I'm going to beat you first round. It's going to be a KO. You'll be seeing stars and all, and the fight happens, and the KO's in the first minute, right? But they say you have to be confident. You have to show what you have, because if you don't blow your trumpet, nobody will blow you or blow the trumpet. The winning side is the loud, you know, all those
shouting
things.
Side is
you get it.
Side.
So how do you draw that line between confidence and then pride? Because they say there's a thin line, and pride goeth before a fall.
It's an interesting question. May the Lord help me answer it well. Amen. So what I'll say is, I'm a person of faith, yeah, and I follow God to the best of my knowledge and ability. I think pride is when you rely on your abilities alone, like on yourself, and you're not depending on that higher power of God. So if you study David, David would bow before God, surrender to God, ask God, shall I go? Shall I not go? What shall I do? So once he gets that go ahead, when he comes out and he's speaking with men, his chest is broad, his shoulders are square, his head is straight, he's looking at the giant in the face, and I'm saying, I'm going to feed you to the birds today. So at the point of declaring to what you're going against, it's not at that point you want to be subdued. Your mouth has to be wide open, and you have to be declaring with the audacity of a lion, because you are a son of a lion. I mean, God himself told Joshua, be bold and courageous, be bold and courageous. So in the face of the assignment, you have to be bold. When you're in the presence of God, you're subdued because you know he's the one that is empowering you to do what you have to do. But when you step into the arena, you have to be as assured and as audacious and as confident in declaring the word that God has put in your mouth as you can.
One thing that's rang in my mind, I'm big on longevity. I'm big on sustainable growth and development. Anybody can have a rave of the moment, a flash in the pan, fly on the wall. It can happen. What are you within your own ecosystem? By that I mean the Gaise, the Prince Emmanuel, and all the people that do music that some elements in the church will say, oh, extreme or whatever. How are you building on this to sustain what you've done? Because it's quite remarkable to see a song stay for 7 months on the chart at the point where it stays. In fact, as a matter of fact, the other day I was watching, was it Billboard or one of the charts, saying that for the first time in many years, decades, that rap music is not part of the first 40 songs. And so they were asking the question, is rap dead officially? So to have Afro Gospel do this is remarkable for everybody who is a person of faith. Sustainable plan, what is it?
It's to raise more people. It's to raise younger people, raise more people, raise younger people, raise new voices. It has to go beyond self. So longevity for the tribe, longevity for the sound, longevity for the movement has to be beyond Gaise Baba, Prince Emmanuel. There have to be new names that come on board by 2026, 2027. So we can't just have 4 to 5 people. We have to continually keep iterating and expanding this and expanding the space. You have to go from a David to a Jonathan. You have to go from a Moses to a Joshua. You have to go from a Paul to a Timothy. That's how you keep longevity. So once you do not think just about yourself, but you think about the community, you think about the space, and you think about keeping it going, then I think that will be good.
The long-term work. But your successes have not come without your fair share of challenges. And by this, on behalf of the team, I'd like to extend our condolences to your family. But I'm wondering how you're dealing, with the events that have happened to you in the last few months. You lost your dad in November, coming at a time when you're now beginning to experience an unprecedented level of success. Does it come with some conflict within that, this is the time that you'd have wanted your dad to be around, to witness your success? How are you dealing with it personally?
Well, first of all, thank you for the condolences. I appreciate it. Second, first of all, my dad witnessed it. He saw it.
Yeah.
He encountered different people shocked that it's Gaise Baba's dad. It's like, what the popular? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So he saw it, and I'm glad he did, because he prophesied it on Surely, the first track on my most recent album, 3 years. That's a decade after. So his voice is on that track. So he was the one that said the prayer, and the words he actually said was, everywhere they listen to music, let your music catch traction. So he said that 3 years ago. So I'm glad he saw it before he passed. My dad was 87. My mom was 84. They lived full lives. So yes, it's sad. Yes, we grieve. But I see it as a transition in generations. And it's our turn now. Moses is gone. Joshua arise. That's how I see it.
Amazing. I must shift gears now, and I hope you'll shift with me. It's Christmas.
Yeah.
It's Christmas, Gaise. Again, I know we're coming from a damp now, but I like the way you're handling it, and I think faith also helps you to see things, beyond the physical. How are we celebrating Christmas, Gaise?
My own Christmas is going to be very restful.
It's been a long year.
There's only channels that could have brought me out. There's only channels that could have brought me out. And I have to say it, even for organizations like churches, we try to be like everybody's the same. but at the end of the day, everybody is not the same. All animals are equal, but some animals are more equal than others. Yeah, so there are people who were there through the journey when it wasn't like you were up here. You are going to give, what's it called? First something of refusal.
Right of refusal.
First right of refusal.
Right of first yeah.
You
Right
get
of
the
first
point.
refusal.
You get the point, Charles. they are the ones that are English masters. We now vibe we do. Yeah. So there are those who you will give that privilege to because of the part that they've played in your journey. And I have to say that Channels has been there practically from the beginning, you know. And so I'm thanking the institution of Channels Television from as far back as my very first concert in 2016. You know, Channels Entertainment was there to cover, and it was on the Channels Entertainment news bulletin. I think the very next, what was that? Maiwa Gundeli. Yeah, you know, so shout out to Channels. So it's Channels that brought me out on Christmas Day. I wanted to just chill. I've had the busiest December I've ever had yet, and it's not done. And I'm managing my voice as I am. Like
I noticed.
This. So my plan was to just stay in-house. Fortunately, my immediate church isn't having a service, so I'm just going to chill at home and rest. So once I'm done with this commitment, I shall return to initial plan.
So factory setting.
Yeah, so that's what Christmas is for me. Yeah. I think everybody has to define what it is for them. But in all, whatever you're doing, remember the reason for the season and make sure you chop some chicken.
Are you trying to rhyme?
I was trying to.
I
hope I got it.
It worked.
It worked out.
The reason for the season and chop some chicken. I like that.
Yeah.
Anytime, any day. You know, my favorite part of your song is that's my favorite part.
You said it that day.
Yeah, so for the persons who haven't, because sometimes I don't want to make assumptions, you know. This is perhaps the biggest of the songs you've heard this year. Gaise Baba, No Turning Back, is right there. Very busy. I'm grateful he honored us by coming out to this program this morning as part of our Christmas service. I said, did I say service?
You did say
Christmas
service.
program.
You said it. You said
So
it.
it's just,
Maybe you're prophesying, you don't know.
Christmas
it's just for Gaise Baba to lead us through worship.
Which we will do right now.
Which we're about to do. Perhaps that's why the words came out of my mouth. So I don't know whether the producers are going to do it or you're going to just rhyme for us.
No, there's a dance.
There's a...
There's a no turning back dance.
Man,
So guys, this is like I was in Abuja last time you came.
Wow.
So we have to do the dance.
I'm dropping my, oh my God.
You want to do service now.
So,
okay.
there you go. So
Good. If there's a special dance,
there you go.
Okay.
is this chair supposed to help
So
us
guys, you have to be
against
slow,
us?
because some of us are not
You know hard
factory
like
come
that,
dancers.
So you just do this.
Raise your voice and shout.
Okay, just do this.
Just do this.
Okay.
Then yeah.
Where is the sound?
So when you go, while we're waiting, we're gonna do
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and this one. Yeah. I have decided
Yeah.
to follow Jesus.
Let's go there.
Like you're marching.
Yeah.
To follow Jesus.
Yeah.
No turning back. No turning back. Then we'll do this now. Go. No, no. No, no. No, no. You're gonna turn now. No, no turning back. No, no. Hey. No, no. No, no. No, no turning back.
That's it. We made it, guys.
We made it to the show.
Killed it.
Let's try
Yeah,
one more
thank
time.
you for
I'm sorry.
showing.
Is it we have to do it
You
one
want
more
to
time?
try again?
Should we do one more
Do it one
time?
more time.
Okay.
You're perfect.
Just
Now,
a
don't-
popular
just
demand.
get-
I hope I did
Remember,
well.
no turning back.
Okay. Yeah.
Then switch from your left. Like, let's all go left. Like, left.
Left.
Okay, like this.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
You ready?
Why am I the only one facing this side?
It's okay. I follow Jesus too.
I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning back. Are you ready now? Now let go. No, no. turning back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gaise Baba on our
Gaise
Christmas
Baba.
special.
Thank you so much, as always.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for helping me have a brief morning.
On the morning break.
Thank you. You can sit down. You can sit
We'll
down.
take a quick break now, and when we're done, we'll still have a lot more for you. Clearly, we're having a lot of fun, and we hope you're joining us to have that fun. So stay with us right here on the morning brief.